Let's fight! A very good evening to each and every one of you. Let's fight! Wherever you guys are joining us from around the world, we are so glad to be here with you. It's Friday. We're so happy that each and every one of you are here with us, and we are here with you as well, guys. Welcome in the ring. Whether you guys are joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube, we are so grateful that all of you are here with us this evening. Hundreds of you are already pouring into the Coliseum, into the arena and stadium. Good to see you guys. Really good to see you guys. Let's fight. Well, you guys should know when the bell is ringing, it's fight time, guys. Welcome in the ring. Lots of issues to discuss, lots of things to clarify, lots of lies to set right as well. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. It is our privilege, folks. It is our privilege to be here with you guys and to bring to you the clarity that is needed on so many issues. News and information, guys. Infotainment. Good to see you. Good to be here with you. Good to have each and every one of you joining us now. Andrea English, we see you there, Andrea. Sukhchan Sudhari, Ibn Lamy, Marlon King Charles, and Glenda, and Mark, and Leotina, Leslyn, and Winston. Good to have you guys here. It's Friday, but it's pace and power. Yep. Boots on the ground. We're backing down. Good to see you, folks. We all there. We ready to go, folks. We in the ring again. Good to have you guys here with us. Good to see each and every one of you. Pace and power. Power and pace and power. Good to see you guys. Good to have you here. And sure you share the live stream wherever you folks are joining us from this evening. Ensure you share the live stream. We are ensuring that things are good to go on our end, guys, and that we are fired up and that we are ready to go. Good to have you guys. Good to be here with you. We'd have it no other way. Beautiful, fantastic people. We'd rather hit it no other way. No other way, guys. Love having you here with us. Love having you here with us. We're fired up, guys. Where are you guys this evening? Joan Stephanie, ping, pong, ping. Bing, bang, bing. Clarifications this evening. We there. Richard Mariah says he let the fight begin. I saw somebody else there said there at ringside in Brooklyn. Good to have you guys here with us. Let me see who that comment is. Aberdeen, Maryland, respect and manners. George Bradford says that. Yeah, I just passed on the message. Kim Walker says, respect and manners. Bing, bang, bing. Ping, bang, bing. That being said, folks, pace and power. Boots on the ground. Wayne backing down. Richard Mariah, good to see you there. And all the other folks. Richard says, let's fight. Yep. Share the damn live stream. Watching the comments. I see one Facebook user says, sitting in ringside from Brooklyn, New York. Good night to all ringsiders. Let's fight, guys. Ping, pang, ping. Bing, bang, bing. Good to see you guys. You all know the minibuses in this country getting better. The maxis, as Trinidad would say, the maxi taxis ain't getting better, you know. The maxis ain't getting better. The Trinity buses in Guyana, they're not getting any better. They're getting worse. We got to throw away all them. Just a few good bus drivers you have, you know. The rest, my God, just a few. We're going to be touching on that as well. And it seems like we're not the only one using the roads recklessly. It is apparent, folks, we're not the only people using the roads in this country recklessly. We're watching some of y'all sideways too. Making sure our notes are set, because when we start, we're fired up, guys, and we are ready to go. Once we start, boots on the ground, we're backing down. Good to have each and every one of you here with us, guys. We'd have it no other way. Have it no other way, guys. Good to see each and every one of you here. Boots on the ground. Well, that's what we said. And we ain't backing down. So people used to say, we ain't talking with water in our mouth. We are not talking with water in our mouth. That's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. Hold on. Yep. Lots of information to share with you guys. Lots of information. How are you guys doing? Are you guys ready to go? Fired up? Have we shared the damn live stream? Have we smashed the emoji button as well? So good to see so many of you joining us from around the world, folks. We got thousands on Facebook watching us. We got folks on Twitter watching us. Give us a retweet. Give us a retweet, guys. We have folks on YouTube watching us. How are our tubers tonight? Good to see you. Final show for the week, guys. And then we're going to recharge over the weekend. And then it's pace and power back on Monday. Boots on the ground. We're back and down. Good to see you guys. Pace and power. That's what we're saying. Pace and power. Ping, pang, ping. Ping, pang, ping. Pace and power. You know, for you guys who are new to the show, we make a lot of noise around. You'll find it very strange. We give a lot of shout out to our viewers, lots of shout outs to our viewers as well. That's why you hear us calling a lot of names. The viewers, the ringsiders, folks, the patrons in the Coliseum, in the arena, in the stadium. They make this show what it is, and we're so grateful, guys. We are so grateful to have each and every one of you hear us. Like, I want to come in the camera there. I want to come so close to you guys this evening. Ping, pang, ping. Ping, pang, ping. Good to see you, folks. Good to see each and every one of you. I don't know about you, but I am fired up, guys. I am ready to go. I am fired up and ready to go. And let's fight tonight, guys. Let's fight. I just love that. Just love it, guys. Moving on to fight card. Let's fight. There is where we are. Lots of information, as we said, to share with each and every one of you. You got to get out your notebook. We know you're ringside. We know you got to turn your fancy clothes and so on. You got to get out your notebook and take notes tonight. We beating and teaching tonight. Here we go, folks. From around the world. What's happening that we think you ought to know about? The Duke of Sussex has said he regrets deeply, folks, deeply John Barnes, deeply Carol Hudson, deeply Erica Hooper. Slavery, it's about time. It's like 400 years late, but we can take it. And then from there, we're talking repatriation. Reparations, rather. We're talking reparations. You know, some of our folks that come back home too. So repatriation too. Reparations. That being said, here's what the Duke said. I want you to hear it for yourself. What the honorable gentleman said, visiting the Caribbean on a tour. Maybe a lot of protests during the course of it, but I want you guys to listen to what the Duke said quite recently on this subject matter of slavery. Here is the Duke. William regrets.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened. While the pain runs deep, Jamaica continues to forge its future with determination, courage, and fortitude. The strength and shared sense of purpose of the Jamaican people, represented in your flag and motto, celebrate an invincible spirit.
It was abhorrent and it should not have happened. Abhorrent. That's what the president said. It was abhorrent. For those folks who may have joined that midway, I want to play it again. The Duke apologized for slavery. He said it was abhorrent and he regrets it thoroughly. Take another listen there.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened. While the pain runs deep, Jamaica continues to forge its future with determination, courage, and fortitude. The strength and shared sense of purpose of the Jamaican people, represented in your flag and motto, celebrate an invincible spirit.
Yep. He said it was abhorrent. The pain runs deep. But you know, some of the pundits, some of the commentators have said that while he regrets it, he stopped short of apologizing outright. And so some folks got an asterisk next to that. It's a bit like Darmlal, the installed minister of local government in Guyana, who pointed to a female parliamentarian in the National Assembly and said she needs a dildo. There are lots of question marks over his apology. So lots of folks are saying that's what this sounds like. It's a half-hearted, you come close to the water, but you don't really dip your feet, you don't really go in and drink. So he regrets, but he hasn't fully apologized. But those were his words. Those were the words of the Duke. Folks, wherever you're joining us from around the world, and show you share the live stream and smash the emoji button. Smash it for us, guys. Moving along on the fight card. I think we're drawing closer to home. We're coming down, guys. From around the region, we're picking this up. Y'all think it's only here. It's only here, sir. People drive anyhow. Seems to me like it's a Caribbean thing, but like we get the worst of it. Everybody getting mild doses. Like we get the worst. This part of the hemisphere, this part of the region. Yep, seems we got the worst. But this is what happened recently, folks. This is Barbados. Take a look at this. This is Barbados. I won't tell the Barbadians. This could be Guyana any day of the week. This is Barbados, folks. And in particular, a driver crashed into a bar in a place called Western St. James in Barbados. According to the report I have, there are no fatalities. This country of ours, we're quite different. Order, we're different. Because no sooner we talking about that. Oh, look, we boys here. Recklessness on the road continues. We don't care, you know. We don't care how high the median on the road high. If we want to turn, we turn in. You think median stopping we? Go to intersection, the right space, the right place and space to turn. If you're allowed to turn, no. In the cooperative oil producing republic, while we're criticizing other people, in the cooperative oil producing republic, and then there is the minibus way, folks. Take a look at this. This was the scene quite recently. You think them boys, is immediately man driving over. There's a little passage there for pedestrians to pass. Right? You notice there's a white line there. The bus turned pedestrian now. That's the pedestrian crossing. A little opening in the median for pedestrians to pass. No. The bus ain't having it. Pedestrian? What's a pedestrian? What is a pedestrian? Share the live stream and smash the emoji button, folks. What is a pedestrian? What is a pedestrian crossing? What is an island? What is a median? What are those things? Then I want to turn, we tell you a pedestrian crossing, an island. Take another look. Yep. That's the cooperative oil producing republic. Where is the right way? And then there's the minibus way. Yep. I hope the association looking. I hope the police got that bus number. And we can see some action. Right? We can see some revocation, some suspension of licenses and so on. I hope the relevant authorities take a note, folks, and move into action. Good old Guyana. The cooperative oil producing republic. So when that's happening, folks, we still around the region, you know. We still around the region, showing you what happened in Barbados recently, and of course we can't forget myself. How we can see the logging we brother eye, the specking we brother eye, and we can see the logging we own. Right? And we continue to say here on this program and across the programs associated with this one, our affiliate programs, we continue to say, arrive alive. Y'all slow down the man. Barbadians, slow down the man. Don't get like we. Slow down. Arrive alive. We got sick. It's we thing. But y'all don't get like we. Slow down. Arrive alive. The folks using the roads here, slow down as well. Don't get like the Barbadians. Don't tell them I said so. Don't get like the Barbadians. Copy the good things. Folks, copy the good things. Those folks who are down there in that region of Barbados. What is it again, folks? Western St. James. Let me conduct myself like big people in the man. We big. And let me show it, let me get a little sense. We big, but we could get sense. So let's drive responsibly, caution, care, concern. Come on, folks. Come on. Moving on the fight card, guys. Let's arrive alive. We still along the region. Well, Trinidad has responded to the Trinidad falling apart comments by Vice President Jack Lew. Yes, the Trinidad Foreign Minister will have words with Utah. The Trinidad Foreign Minister would have words with Utah. And we're picking up this report out of our affiliate website, news site, Credible Sources, which can be found at crediblesourcesgy.com. crediblesourcesgy.com, our affiliate news site, Credible Sources. And according to the guys over there, here's what happened. After this comment about Trinidad falling apart and how things bad and people dying and people fleeing and all of that, it was brought to the attention of the government. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Trinidad, Mr. Dr. Amory Brown, the Right Honorable Amory Brown, reached out to Utah. Well, y'all know. Oh, y'all know. Who don't know? Reached out to Utah about Jack Lew's remark, the Vice President, the installed Vice President who said things bad in Trinidad, how it fall apart. Dr. Brown confirmed that he did place a call to Utah. First thing he probably had was a language barrier. Dr. Brown said, I have shared my views on this matter with Guyana's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Utah, who is well positioned to advise his government, this is exactly already talking about, to advise Papa Jagabat on matters of regional history, integration, and respect, which our foreparents worked so hard to achieve across the region. And at this point, I have no further comment. Right? We really say, we used to help you all out, you know. That's what Amory Brown really means, a Dr. Amory Brown. That's what he really means. We used to help you all out. Y'all smell it yourself. Y'all smell it, y'all sweat. That's what Dr. Amory Brown really meant to say. The Foreign Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what he really meant to say. Y'all smell it, y'all self, and y'all taking things for granted. Y'all think y'all the outrageous. You know, when people come into money, they get uppity. Well, that apparently that syndrome is a whole lot to Jack Lew. And Dr. Amory Brown has to remind him, you didn't know I was rich, you know. Right? And we can get rich again. Y'all watching. That's what Amory Brown said. So, folks, we ain't finished with that yet, you know. We ain't finished with that yet. No, because those statements were clarified by the installed Vice President, Mr. Jack Lew. They were clarified. His statements were clarified. Not only were they clarified, they were expanded on as well. Yep, the statement was expanded on as well, guys. Yep. We coming down, we coming down, we coming down. Tell the person in the seat next to you in the row in front of you, ringside us, the folks in the balcony, the folks in the VIP, those in pit, tell them, thing there, share the damn live stream and smash the emoji button. So much information we get to share with you. So much we get to share with you. It turned many information to share. So there was Dr. Amory Brown, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He said, Carlton. Right? And in diplomatic language, I cuss you out. I let you know who's the order. That's what he's saying in all the fancy language. I cuss you out. I give peace of my mind. I tell you what's the order today. Y'all don't come wrong with funny in Trinidad. That's what Dr. Amory Brown really wanted to say. But of course, it gets lost in translation in all that diplomatic speak there. Right? But now we turn to the Jagabats and the trench crappers. Y'all know when we turn to this section of the news. It's come home, we come home. We take off we shoe now. And we're going to relax a little bit. Unwind. It's home we there with the Jagabats and the trench crappers. This day segment. This day section. How we looking out there, folks? How we looking? Good to see thousands of you who joined us across social media. Guys, we're so grateful. You guys make this program what it is. You, all of you, without exception, including the trench crappers and the Jagabats. Without you, we just be talking among the thousands of us. So you guys are so meaningful to us. Stick around, Jagabats and trench crappers. That being said, folks, the high cost of living knocking we. All the hundreds of millions barrels of oil we producing and the billions of dollars it bringing in. Oh, I'll be collarbone showing. I see some people that says, Eric, I pass a gentleman. I say, Eric, I recognize all I seen is jawbone and collarbone. I recognize the file. Things tight. We tell those of you in the diaspora, when your family call and say, oh, send a small piece. We brought things tight. Believe them. Believe them. The government removed the excise tax from gasoline and some other fuels. Then businessmen say, we ain't got time with y'all. Money got make. We lowering nothing. We are lowering nothing. Just before coming on, we saw Guy Oil. 48 hours later, now saying we're implementing what that fella said 48 hours ago. Money got from MEC. And if that's the state company, how you think them businessmen doing? Let them. Gasoline is $1.65 a liter in Latem. How they looking for we? Huh? Things tight, people. Flour gone up 15%. Bread, Lord, you can't afford bread now. It's between the plastic bag, the bread in, or the bread. You say, look, I can hold this bread in my hand. You take off something for the plastic bag. You hold the bag. I can hold my 510 roll in my hand. Things are tight, rough, and tough, folks. When the folks from here call and say, we need a small piece, Erica Hooper. We need a small piece, Janet Benjamin and John Barnes. We need a small piece, Carol Hudson. Believe them. Things tight. That being said, we tell y'all all the tragedy we got here. This gentleman, the vice president, got enough time, right? Enough time to talk about what happened in Trinidad. Why you want to run down people? Just for the sake of running down people. Huh? Just for the sake of it. So the Trinidadians picked up on his comments. Of course, we were the ones who put it up on social media and asked, how are we brothers and sisters over so feeling about this? And the Foreign Affairs Minister of Trinidad responded, and I'm certain in the not too distant future, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley will respond, and we have a platform here if Keith wants to come on and have his views heard, because this is a program that Guyanese listen to. So I hope that if the good Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago wants to have his views heard, there's a seat for him here, right? If he can fight, we got a ring. If he can fight. But the man gives some clarification to this statement just today about Trinidad falling apart. Just today. Take a listen, guys. Take a look.
I've tracked what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago for quite a while. And what I said before there is not anything new. Every day it's being said in Trinidad and Tobago, itself by people, common people, as well as people in every circle. The groups that come here on the private sector, they say this all the time. Now, the fact is that Trinidad, and this is indisputable, that its economy is heavily reliant on one sector, oil and gas sector. That's a fact. I've had discussions with several leaders there about a post-oil and gas economy. So this has nothing to do with just Rowley. This is the fact of the economy in Trinidad and Tobago over a long period, growing to rely only on one sector. There is a theory that that shouldn't happen. Theoretically, the danger has been pointed out, and it's called the Dutch disease.
You know, as Papa Jagabat is there talking, I see in Guyana the reliance on one sector, because everything is oil and gas. So we're not too far behind. If we continue the policies of the PPP, we're not too far behind at all. But those of you who are new to the discussion, this is the initial comment by the Vice President about Trinidad and Tobago. This was the initial comment that drew the response from the Foreign Affairs Minister of Trinidad, and then this latter clarification. This was the initial comment that was made on Trinidad and Tobago.
We want to invest some of the oil and gas resources.
Anytime now.
We want to invest some of the oil and gas resources into building the infrastructure so the non-oil and gas sector in the future can generate the jobs. Because if we don't do that, when the oil money grows, we'll be poorer than many countries in the world. Look what's happening in Trinidad now. Trinidad is falling apart, and that's putting it mildly. Falling apart. No jobs, no sustained periods of negative growth. Can't see the light of day for the nearest future. For the near future. And
Yep. And it is to that, Dr. Amory Brown, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Trinidad, says, I have shared my views with Utah, Guyana's Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. He said he is well positioned to advise Jagdeo on matters of regional integration, regional history, and respect for our foreparents who worked so hard to achieve what they worked so hard to achieve across the region. That's what he said in response. And that, to bring you up to speed again, drew this clarification again, as we played for you earlier. I want to play it back again so you guys are following. This clarification from Papa Jagabat.
I've tracked what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago for quite a while. And what I've said before there is not anything new. Every day it's being said in Trinidad and Tobago itself by people, common people, as well as people in every circle. The groups that come here on the private sector, they say this all the time. Now, the fact is that Trinidad, and this is indisputable, that its economy is heavily reliant on one sector, oil and gas sector. That's a fact. I've had discussions with several leaders there about a post-oil and gas economy. So this has nothing to do with just Rowley. This is the fact of the economy in Trinidad and Tobago over a long period, growing to rely only on one sector. There is a theory that that shouldn't happen. Theoretically, the danger has been pointed out, and it's called the Dutch disease.
Yep. So that is what Jagdeo, that's what Mr. Jagdeo said just today in a press conference. Of course, he was venting about what the American the visiting dignitary from the State Department, the questions, the hard questions that were asked, he was venting, and went off there to quote unquote clarify his comments that Trinidad falling apart. And folks, we have the whole response to the question that was posed by the journalists there on our YouTube platform. We have the response in its entirety, folks, on our YouTube platform. But no sooner that was happening, folks. You know what's sad in this country? Journalism used to be a respectable thing. Journalism now is all kind of people, is all kind of people involved in journalism. This noble, sacred profession is any all sorts to join. Right? People hustling. It's not a career for some people. It's a hustle. Right? That's what's sad. That is what is sad this evening, folks. Who no? Who no? That is what is sad. When you see this picture, you stare it. It's sad. Journalism used to be a respectable profession. You come prepared. Right? You prepare. You come. You look good. Dress the part. But nowadays, not so much. It's the end in the all sorts in journalism now. That's sad. Right? That's sad. I hope we dedicate resources to this. We say we're better than Trinidad. Dedicate resources. Earmark people who really have an interest in pursuing the truth wherever it leads and seek to qualify them. Right? Teach them how to dress properly and so on. Right? And don't be mooning people and so forth. I mean, this is national television, And I don't know if this was the first shot to the Trinidadians or what. Right? But this is like a declaration of war here, It's like a declaration of war here is what happening, folks. This country, like it's really gone. It ain't going, it's gone. Pay some power. Pay some power so somebody just find the first shot. The first shot at Rowley. Back shot. Right? That being said, folks, that's what's out in this country, Journalism should be serious business. Now it's the end in the all sorts. It's the end in the all sorts. That being said, right? I don't know. It's the end in the all sorts. That being said, folks, moving on in fight card. Who don't know? Who know? We're not going to get down into the gotcha in this program. No. We want to dignify that with the full unpacking that it needs, according to my colleague, Randolph Cuchillo. We can unpack that, But you won't like what you see. Right? It's down the country, girl. It's not up. It's not. You think in some parts of the world, a press conference with the head of state, you could turn up like a junkie? You could turn up like a baboon? Like an orangutan? Come on now. Share the live stream and smash the emoji button, folks. Share the damn live stream, smash the emoji button. Let the world see the crosses we got to deal with here. Y'all worrying about Rowley, y'all got all y'all own crosses to deal with. Right here. Moving on the fight card. So there was that press conference. After the vice president would have met, the installed vice president would have met with a visiting U.S. dignitary, Mr. Barbara Feinstein, the Right Honorable Her Excellency, after he would have met with her. And he was complaining to the media, all that was said by Mr. Norton. Right? Well, if you don't want bad things to be said about you, do the right things. Do proper things. Moving on to the fight card. Moving on. Prior to that interview, guys, hold on. We teach it now, With the chalk. With the chalk. Right? Well, they say in school there's no longer chalk and talk. Technology has to be used. So, the Jacobite sit down with another one of Guyana's most premier journalists. They came out now, All of these big journalists, they're hiding all the time. They came out now. Right? Papa Jacobite sit down with another one of them. It's amazing. They don't sit down with them little journalists. It's the big ones. It's the big ones, the stinking dirty ones. Them. It's the older, big and strapping. It's the big ones. It's them they along with. Right? The big ones. They along with. Jagdio says 80,000 people in this country unemployed. Folks, you go. 80,000 folks in this country unemployed. Roxanne Estrada, 80,000 unemployed. Y'all think them boys easy? 80,000 people in this country unemployed. That's what the fella said. Right? He's just pulling numbers out of thin air. 80,000. They don't like studies, you know. They don't like to read. And I can prove it tonight. They don't like to read anything in a book. Right? Anything you want hide from them, put it in a book. The oil wealth and so on, you lock it up in a book. Lock it in a study. They don't like to read. They don't like research. That's like crosswords to them. Right? You know, to the trench crappers, how the trench crappers don't like salt on the back. Same thing with information, reading and so on. Put in a book. They ain't got time with that. Right? So the fella said, 80,000 persons are unemployed in this country. And of course, it's happening to it. It's happening. Since we come, we finding jobs for everybody. Since we come, we finding jobs for everybody. Folks, tonight we can beat and teach. That being said, folks, listen to the fella himself. Lie like when horse trotting. Like when horse trotting. That's what we lying. Right? Like when horse trotting.
Just to give you an idea of the magnitude of the problem we face. Take, for example, jobs in this country. Under APNU, before the no confidence motion, we already lost about 30,000 jobs. Under APNU. In the mining sector, they increased, they put the value-added tax on machinery and equipment, for all machinery and equipment, for agriculture, mining, etc. Production plummeted, and the economic activities and employment shrunk in that sector. In the forestry sector, production again there collapsed to almost half of what we were doing in 2014. Retail trade shrunk. Almost every sector except rice shrunk in the agricultural sector, and that is not due to the government effort, because the government said that's private business. They increased the tax on fertilizer, on pesticide. They put the VAT on fertilizer, on pesticide. The only reason the rice industry did fairly well was because the global price for oil and gas was very low. It was about $30 per barrel in 2015. Now it's over $100 a barrel. So the cost of input was a bit lower and the cost of fertilizer. But APNU had no care for the sector, absolutely no care. So about 7,000 sugar workers were laid off, 2,000 Amerindians. In the public sector, many people lost their jobs of a particular, some others were hired, but many lost their jobs too. So in the period, in the no confidence period, maybe a post no confidence, another 5,000. So you came into office with a net deficit of jobs of 35,000. And then they shut down. They shut down the country totally the last 3 months before the elections or so, totally. That also caused maybe another 35,000 people, 35,000 to 40,000 people to lose their jobs. Waitresses, everybody, you know, people who are working, taxi drivers and stuff. The country was in a shutdown. So you came into office with about 75, 80,000 people unemployed or looking for employment.
Yep. That's what a lie sound like, folks. That is what a lie sound like. 75 to 80,000 people. So we put it at the high end, 80,000. 75 to 80,000 people unemployed. Right? 7,000 fired from the sugar industry. 7,000. Here lie. Folks, you got to do your research, you know. You got to like reading. You got to pursue the truth wherever it leads. Not scaring up yourself on national television. Right? Follow us. Get out your textbook. Government data. 2020, 2021. Government. PPP regime, install regime. Says there are 42,000 persons unemployed. Right? He just sit down, big head, and he come up with 80,000. Imagining, 5,000 must be left sometime. Another 10,000 must be left. No studies, nothing. Pulling figures out detail here. But his own administration figures says that they are, watch this, 42,000 persons unemployed. Right? That meant they were 13.1% in 2020 unemployed. In 2020. In 2022, they are 14.5% of the population who could find work, who could be employed, unemployed. They are 14.5% of the population, right, who are qualified to work, unemployed. Here on government, 42,000 persons are currently unemployed. Where Papa Jagabat get 80,000 from? Only heaven knows. Only the heaven knows what voodoo economics is this. What grassmatics. And I'm giving grassmatics a bad name and even voodoo economics a bad name. Only he know. This is government statistics. Government information available publicly. 42,000. Right? But of course, they don't read, they don't research nothing. So he pull out a figure 75 to 80,000. But what story? This is under their stewardship. That unemployment rate moved from 13.1 to 14.5. And I'll show you how. Their information and their data is what captures this. Look what happened here. You know how the rural areas is the strongholds? People traditionally vote for the PPP from the rural areas. Traditionally. Their data, the PPP data, is telling us there are 28,000 persons in 2020 in the rural areas of this country who are unemployed. In 2020, there were 28,000. This is government data. Currently, as of 2021, the information supplied by government data suggests there are 36,680, a 31% increase in unemployment under the PPP. So where are you fishing out this 80,000 under the APNU when government available data is saying it has moved from 28,000 as of 2020 to 36,680, a 31% increase in unemployment in the rural areas, In the rural areas, the fellow just pulling numbers out of air, thin air. But you see, when we ask you guys to support us so that we can do the work, this is the work we do. Research, you gotta like it. We didn't went to Eugene second year and fall out like catfish. We didn't go IFLOT University, right? We ain't got a fake doctorate masquerading as a champion of the dirt, right? Somebody bestow some doctorate on you from some no-name university and you fighting people down to recognize you as a doctor and inventing figures. In rural Guyana, 2020, there were 28,000 people unemployed. As of today, it increased. And this is government data, right? But you see, the kind of journalists we have here won't do this kind. Not all of them, but the kinds that they allow to do one-on-one interview don't come to the interview prepared and say, but the Bureau of Statistics, the labor survey says XYZ. So where you getting 80,000 from, right? Somebody like what's the young lady's name? From Vice Media, Isabel Young, would do that kind of homework. Right? But if you can't even dress properly for a press conference, you can do homework like this here? If you can't even comport yourself properly for a press conference, your attire stinks, you can do this kind of research. In rural Ghana, their own numbers says there are 28,000 people unemployed as of 2020, and that figure has gone up to 36,680, an increase of 31%. Right? You know what's the difference? The difference is about, y'all do the maths, it's about 8 or 9,000. So when they talk about providing 8,000 part-time jobs, it's people that went unemployed under them. It's people who their economy made unemployed. You understand that? Those are the numbers, folks. Watch, we tell you, beating and teaching tonight. When you hear nonsense, you got to refute it with facts. With facts. So there is that. There is the overall 42,000 unemployed, and then rural Guyana, it gives you the breakdown. Their data suggests that information. Right? But moving on to the fight card. You think things going nice under them? According to Ashley Singh, in the last budget, look at some segments of the economy under these banyan trees. Look at the economy, right? But the journalists, they can choose to do the one-on-one. Won't ask these questions because they don't even know themselves what kind of questions they should be asking, right? They can ask one question, they can allow Papa Jagabat to run away for half hour, talk with every other thing under the sun. But look how these folks back for business. Again, this is information that is available publicly that Ashley Singh supplied in his budget presentation last month, February month, last month. Look how they bad for the economy. Look at the non-oil sector. Their projection in 2021 was that the non-oil GDP was going to grow by 6.1. The non-oil GDP, right? It was going to grow. Look what actually happened. This is Ashley Singh supplied this to the National Assembly. 4.6. Right? They're meeting targets. Right? Nothing don't rise with them. Nothing. Right? Nothing don't rise with them. The economy is sterile. Nothing are raising up. The projection for the non-oil GDP was 6.1. The actual 4.6. Right? That's non-oil. Watch now. Bauxite. The projection for bauxite was 18.4. The actual 3.8. This is the economy under them, you know. The projection they made in 2020 was that the bauxite was going to grow 18.4, 3.8. How they looking for y'all? Right? But the Jagabats that interview them would ask them these questions. How they looking for y'all? Right? Inflation. Shorty balls. Ashley Singh, who possesses himself as a minister of finance, minister with responsibility for finance within the office of the president. Not the substantive minister of finance. Right? He got so low now, we don't even sign the currency. He didn't even sign the $2,000 bill, the Jagabat note. Right? He don't even sign that, the Trenchy. That's what we call it. Everybody's call it the Trenchy, the pink note. Soon as you pass little heat, swizzle up. Nothing don't grow under them. Banyan trees. So Ashley Singh project that inflation was only going to be 1.6. Inflation. And this was the mid-year report last year, you know, was 5.7. Our economists predict that by year end, it's going to be 11%. Probably passed already. They project 1.6, and Ashley telling me it was 5.7. Their own economic mid-year report. But the man talking about how bad things was on the up new. And 9,000 people don't lose jobs since they come in. 9,000 and counting already lost jobs since they came in. But he looking back to see what happened to do. How 9,000 people, if you are so bright with the economy, how 9,000 people out to work under y'all? Answer that. So that is what inflation was projected at, and that is what actually happened in the economy. That is how things tight. That is how things rough and tough. And it is way beyond that by now. We beating and teaching tonight. Make notes. Look what's happening. Right? But this is all three of them. Projection and reality. Non-oil GDP, bauxite, inflation. We beating and teaching tonight. Sugar. Oh, they say they can run the sugar estates. They're going to open back. Not 1, 2 years later, of the sugar estates have been opened. Not a single one. But the projection by Jack Dio, remember them as the czars of economics. They project in 2020, sugar was going to produce 87,000 tons. 87,000 tons of sugar they were going to produce in 21. They only managed 58%. And then people telling me they can run a country. You shouldn't even trust them to run a car in a shop. Much more country. They said in 2020 they were going to produce 87,000 tons of sugar, knowing fully well they don't sell out and more. Knowing fully well they don't sell out Wales. Lies! You know what they produce? 58,000 tons. We beat it and teaching. We beat it and teaching tonight. That's what's happening there. And this is another look at what they did with sugar. The projection and what did they see? Everything is fall down. Right? You got to put some blue pills, mix some blue pills in sugar to make the projection stand up. Right? To make the projection an erection, you got to give some blue pills to sugar, folks. Give sugar some blue pills. Right? And give it to some of the producers as well. The architects of the sugar plant to make sugar great again. So the promise, because 70, how much tons? But look what they do with sugar. Sugar falling under them. Give sugar some blue pills. We're begging y'all. Give sugar some blue pills. Moving on with right cards, folks. Moving on. Right? Don't let people come and tell you all nonsense. Rice. Rice. They are the czars for agriculture. And look what happened with rice. Look what they do with rice. They promise. In 2020, Paddy was up there. Was nice time. 2021, they're barely making it. They are barely making it. Look at 2020 rice production. And look at 2021 rice production under these jagabats and trench crappos. And they want to lecture us about the economy. Y'all should be begging. Y'all should be begging Winston to come back. Big Uncle Winston. Y'all should be begging Winston Jordan, the foreign minister of finance, to come back. With the nonsense y'all doing in the economy. And y'all lecturing us. And every goddamn day people losing work by the thousands in this country, and y'all want to lecture us? Look what they do with Paddy. Look at the 2020 production of Paddy. That's what good life look like. That's what good economy look like. Look rice under them. Everything done banyan trees. Banyan trees. Nothing grow under them. We can tell y'all. We beating and teaching tonight, folks. Moving on very quickly. You remember the man said 7,000 people lost their jobs in the sugar industry? That we were trying to right size because we realized sugar has lost its preferential place in the market. If you can accept that Trinidad got trouble, you can accept sugar has lost its preferential place, its prominence in the world economy. They got cheaper sources of sugar. Technology has overtaken us with cultivating sugar the way we do here. The same way technology has overtaken Amila Falls, and the way they want to produce electricity in the 21st century and at that cost. You got to move on. Right? So they said we close. 7,000 liars, lies, untruths, dishonesty. This is the International Labour Organization report that Dr. Thomas Singh produced. The International Labour Organization produced this report. Right? Look at the total number of workers that had to be let go. 5,106. And the report gives the breakdown from Wales in Region 3. 937. Right? East Demerara. Right? Region 4. This is LBI and Enmore Estate. 1,531. Rose Hall in Region 6, 903. And then Skeldon. Y'all know Skeldon. The billions they spend in Skeldon never produce a kilowatt of electricity. Never produce a pound of sugar at profitability. And they want to lecture us about agriculture. In total, this is the ILO report that Dr. Respectable fella, Thomas Singh, fantastic economist at the University of Guyana. I don't know if he still teaches there. Fantastic fella. He produced this report, and Dr. Thomas Singh could tell us if 5,000 people lost the jobs from the sugar industry, or this is the correct number, because it's his ILO produced report. So again, took the liberty to show you, this fella just pulling numbers out of thin air. Pulling numbers out of thin air, folks. We beating on the teaching. The wicked, stink and dirty. The man just left Esikebo. He see going to Linden. He got the nerve for go to Linden. Linden, y'all better stand up for yourself. And if y'all forget what they do to Linden, let me remind y'all. Y'all better stand up for yourself. They got the nerve, the temerity. I know he ain't got the testicular fortitude. Right? But he got the nerve to go to Linden. The wicked, stink and dirty. The first time they went to Linden since they went in government was January 26, 2021. The first time. That was the cabinet outreach they had to Linden. Right? And they had the cabinet outreach just after the fire. The folks from the St. John's Ambulance Brigade. Just after the fire. Right? The data entry clerks in Linden. Just after the fire, the folks from the National Data Management Authority. Just after the fire, the Linden Guardian boards of directors to appoint their political hacks and lackeys. Just after the fire, the folks from the Linden Enterprise Network. Right now, the people from the network, LEN, have not been paid for months. And the people got the nerve, the temerity, definitely not the testicular fortune to go to Linden. Huh? Linden people, y'all better stand up for yours. And you think it only finished there? You think the lynching of the Linden people finished there? Huh? I talk about the contracts that were taken away from services like Forester Security Service there in Linden and Double Team Taxi Service. I talk about that. And Corbin Benjamin and so forth. And the nurses, the nursing program for Lindeners that was discontinued from the nursing school in Linden. The nursing program that was discontinued because they feel too many nurses coming from Linden. But it's a nurse from Linden that produced this son that wallop in your tail this evening. And we ain't talk about the call center wars yet. We ain't talk about the call center wars. They boast, they carry call center to Linden. Y'all listening to the complaints of the people who walking by the call center? Y'all listening to them? Lindeners, my peoples, my born tonguers. Y'all better stand up. We gotta stand up for ourselves. We gotta stand up for ourselves. That's what we gotta do, folks. FYI, for information, extras, for your information. I want to thank all the folks who joined our morning program. For your information, FYI. This is for your information this evening, folks. We see how a lot of things start. We don't always see how they're going. We spoke about this teenager, 16-year-old from the New Silver City Secondary School who was lashed to his head twice by a school colleague over a Pagwa row. We spoke with his mother on our podcast. If you missed that podcast today during lunch, below the belt, our podcast, go back and listen to it. His mother was on with us this during lunch. Today, he underwent emergency surgery yesterday. He has responded well to the surgery, but they need some finances to do some work, some additional work on him. Help them if you can. Help them if you can. The information is the last comment in the comment section on our broadcast today. The information on how you can be a benefit and a blessing to this family. Moving on in the fight card. Y'all remember this story? This is the Ministry of Health employee who, when they were doing an investigation at the drug bund there, I think it's in Diamond, and they searched his car. A large amount of cash was found. Guns and ammunition. Well, he was charged today, and we know the name and face of the individual. Terrence Williams was charged for illegal possession of 2 firearms, ammunition, and attempting to bribe a police officer. He wanted the folks not to pursue the matter for 1.7. And I want to thank those officers. Right? If this allegation is true, I want to thank those officers for standing up. I'll tell you, they got a couple good ones. Who's sharing the damn live stream? Who's smashing the emoji button? You got a couple good ones. And I want to thank those guys for having the testicular fortitude, for not bending to a bribe. Right? For not bending to a bribe. Let me ring the bell for y'all. Respect and manners. Respect and manners, folks. So that's what's happening on that front. Respect and manners to those police officers, right, who have the strength to say no to that big bribe. To say no to that big bribe. Did I miss anything? Signs of the times. This of the story I want to give you a quick update on, guys. A quick update. You all remember the American fella who said he was abducted, right? But they found him at a hotel. Well, this is his family. Indira and Lata Jinder or Ginder. Indira and Lata Ginder. And they were charged today for giving false information. The whole thing was a hoax and a setup to extract some money out of relatives. The whole thing. Well, Indira and Lata Ginder were charged for giving false information. You can't do the time, don't do the crime. As we get more information on this, folks, we're going to keep you guys updated. The man said he left his Cummins Lodge home. Somebody picked him in a taxi, and we thought he was kidnapped. No. The man was reclining in a hotel in Hatfield Street. Right? It's a fantastic story. Reclining in a hotel in Hatfield Street. Then nice. That being said, folks, penultimately, the information we have for you this evening, attorney Narvin Singh has been slapped with a lawsuit, and he is alleged to have spat on a security guard that was stationed by their property. Spat in the face of a security guard and tell her to get out from their premises. This is the allegation that has been made. And Narvin Singh, attorney at law, has been slapped with a lawsuit. And Narvin Singh is the son of the former Chancellor of the Judiciary, His Excellency Karl Singh. His Excellency Karl Singh. That's information we have on that front, folks. That is the information we have on that front. And I think, interesting things are happening. And we hope that you guys stay tuned to make sure that you have the valid and credible information always, folks. The valid and credible information. As a matter of fact, part of the report the young woman gave, I want to read part of it. I think it's up there for you guys to see. I want to read part of it very quickly. Very interesting events, we tell you. Very interesting events. The Chancellor of the Judiciary, former Chancellor of the Judiciary, son, Mr. Karl Singh, Narvin Singh, in this statement, is an allegation. I want to underscore that. The young woman says that she was performing her security duties at retired Justice Karl Singh's residence on Sunday, March 20th. I was on duty at the residence gate at about 1400 hours. At about 14 hours, folks. I was approached by Justice Singh's son, who spat in my face and said to me, "Get your black monkey off my property," as he chased me out of the yard. I then left Justice Singh's residence and contacted my corporal via telephone to inform her about the verbal abuse I faced from the civilian. And that's what the report details there. And as we get more information, guys, we're going to keep you guys posted. Photo of the day. When I see these jagabats and these trench capos, oh, how I'd love to be where this photo was taken. How I would just love to be there to get away from these trench capos and jagabats we're dealing with here. How I'd love to be here. Photo of the day. You know, there's a simple way of life, you know. There's a simple way of life in this country. But we get tied up with the coast. A simple way of life. Look at this here. Peaceful and calm. Tuesday could fall on the Wednesday Minky. This is in the Winey River, folks. This is in the Winey River. Photo of the day. photo of the day. Folks, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining the program this evening. That's our program tonight. Let's fight, folks. Let's fight. Good to have each and every one of you with us, folks. Really great to have all of you with us. Let's fight, guys. You know, we cannot do this program without you. And that's why we keep asking you guys to come and to partner with us so that we can beat and teach. We can bring the facts. We can bring the information. Share the live stream, guys. It is critical that you do that you're militant in that way and vigilant in that way, that others can get the valid and credible information. Come and partner with us, guys, so we can continue doing what we do here, folks. We can continue building what you and I, what you and we, what you and us have been building together, folks. Do that for us. We have several platforms available. We got the Cash App. It's available, folks. We got Zelle and PayPal. We got MMG, that's the local Guyanese Cash App. We got Western Union and MoneyGram. We are available there too, folks. If you need information, you need guidance, how you can come and partner with us doing this work, it takes something to do it, guys. If you need information, you need guidance, WhatsApp 627-6963. 627-6963. You're going to get guidance. How, folks, you can contribute. All of the platforms, you're seeing it there. All of them. Where's my angle? Right there. All of them are right there, folks. Right? Come and partner with us and help us to do more of this. Let's fight. Good to see each and every one of you. Thousands of you are still watching us, guys. Thousands of you are still watching us. Good to see you. Mortimer Timothy Reynolds, Melanie Adams, Utindi Grant, Audrey Winter, Nicola Daniels, Royston Melville, Joycelyn Van Kooten, Colleen Solomon. Good to see you, Colleen. Auntie Sandra Hanover, Maureen Chichester Paul, Veronica Primo Rollins, Rollins Primo, Winston Carr, Ingrid King, Eva Garnett. Good to see you. Royston Melville, guys. Pace and power. Pace and power, pace. That's our program tonight, guys. That's our time. Come back and partner with we so that we can keep on keeping on, folks. Good to have each and every one of you with us. That's our time. Share the live stream. We are fired up, ready to go, fired up. Ready to go, fired up, ready to go, fired up, ready to go. Boots on the ground. We're back along. Stay safe, guys. We're going to see you guys back right here with our podcast tomorrow, our last in the ring program for the week. Folks, but we have our podcast on Saturday. We have our podcast on Sunday. We'll be right here during lunch. Below the bet, who vex lose. That's our time. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. Partner with we.